Helen Carter stood in front of her mirror. She adjusted her hair and smiled at her reflection. She looked perfect. But her heart was far from clean. Robert Williams sat tired on the couch. He had worked all day. He trusted his home. He trusted his wife. James watched quietly from the hallway. Something about his stepmother never felt right. His heart warned him, even when his mouth stayed silent. At dinner, everyone smiled. Plates were full. Laughter sounded normal. But not all smiles were real. Late at night, Helen typed on her phone. Her face glowed in the dark. She smiled the smile of a woman hiding something. James stopped in his tracks. He heard her voice. Low, careful, and full of secrets. Every morning, Robert left early for work. He kissed his wife goodbye. He never knew that betrayal waved back at him. Helen stepped out of the house in high heels. She said she was visiting a friend. But lies followed her footsteps. A black Toyota waited quietly down the street. No one noticed it. Except fate. Inside the car sat Michael Brown. Confident. Calm. A man who wanted what did not belong to him. Helen entered the car. Their eyes met. No words were needed. This was not their first secret. The apartment was quiet and hidden. Wine glasses waited on the table. This place knew their sins. Helen laughed freely. Here, she was not a wife. She was not a stepmother. She was someone else. Michael leaned close and whispered. Soon, everything will change. Helen smiled. She liked the sound of that. Back at the office, Robert worked late into the night. Papers everywhere. Confusion on his face. Something was going wrong. Important documents were missing. Deals were failing. Trust was breaking. And the enemy was closer than he thought. At home, Helen touched Robert gently. It will be okay, she said. Her words were soft. Her heart was hard. James watched the scene. He saw the comfort. But he felt the lie. Lily passed by quietly. She believed the house was safe. She believed love lived there. Suddenly, Helen snapped. Her mask slipped for a moment. Anger flashed in her eyes. James stood firm. He did not argue. He did not shout. He only watched and remembered. Alone, Helen stared at her phone. Her face was serious now. Choices were being made in the dark. Scene 24. Michael spoke on the phone somewhere else. Calm. Confident. Dangerous plans moving forward. Robert stood by the window that night. The city lights blurred. So did his trust. James sat alone in silence. His heart heavy. His mind awake. The truth was calling him. The house stood quiet under the night sky. Lights on. Secrets breathing inside the walls. Helen smiled softly once again. A smile practiced very well. A smile that hid betrayal. Two shadows moved behind closed curtains. Promises were broken. Lines were crossed. In the darkness, James stood still. Watching. Waiting. Because the truth was coming. End of part 1. To be continued part 2.